Ethereum has been more doggish and a little bit more bearish than Bitcoin. Another way to say that, it's been much easier to short than Bitcoin over the last, I don't know, I would say, well, technically since September 16th after the merge was completed. But even, yeah, literally since then, it's been easier. With that said, let's go ahead and do our Harry Potter cloak here. Hey! And so my question for you is, hey, what direction do you think this is getting ready to go? If we can look at it visually this way right here with my Harry Potter cloak on. What does it look like it's going to do? Kind of taking a guess, even if you're an 8-year-old who's never looked at a chart. Would you guess up or down? Now, let's add something else on. That's too big of a time frame. Here we go. And let's remove these guys right here. Now, which way do you think this looks like it's going? It looks to me that the pressure is down, but here's the key. Those two lines that I got rid of, they are coming to a conclusion pretty soon. So there's going to be something, let's see, how should I say this? Ethereum Price has the ability and the habit of influencing Bitcoin price. Sometimes from a perspective of 3 months, sometimes from a perspective of a fake out that lasts 2 days. But because Bitcoin has the interesting, so in my Bitcoin video that we just went over on the stream, but that I also recorded today on the 20th of October, Bitcoin has a 1 minute or a 1 hour triangle that has a pinnacle around October 22nd to the 24th. But the bigger picture triangle, like the big breakdown, goes out to about November 6th, which is after the October candle closes and after the FOMC meeting on November 2nd, right? So you're at a crossroads here. Well, Ethereum has to resolve itself before Bitcoin has to resolve itself. But within Bitcoin price, there's a micro triangle that also needs to resolve itself at the same time Ethereum's bigger triangle does. So with all those, hopefully I'm making sense. With all those puzzle pieces put together, it seems like if there's going to be a move that is violent and then comes right back to where it was, it's going to be initiated by Ethereum. So for example, a tag down here, then it comes right back up for, the November open or the October close, and then it slaps down. So watch out for this. Like Ethereum is a pretty good, chart for will all of crypto have some type of move before October 31st and November 1st that influences Bitcoin greatly. And if so, there is a heightened chance that it'll snap back up here around November something or around the October candle closing, because it'll have 8 days to come back up. Because this is going to have a pinnacle of the 22nd to the 24th. It'll have about a week to come back up. So keep that in mind, and you'll be able to front run that idea by looking at Ethereum's chart. All right. So so Ethereum's chart is doggish, but I think it's ever important because of that. And you know that when you have moments of myself big one more time. So conceptually, in moments of compressing volatility, you're going to have an expansion, right? That's in the stock market, like the price of oil and black market testicles and all that stuff. But the expansion doesn't mean one direction. It just means price starts moving faster, right? Or moves more. From closure to closure, day in, day out, there's bigger separation. That's all it means. And so a lot of times an expansion of volatility, it's bi-directional. But one thing I haven't really covered on my channel a lot is, and what seems to be brewing up to be maybe more likely is, instead of, let's say the true direction's down, so therefore your fake out has to be up in order to get bi-directional volatility, right? That's the most common way. But with Ethereum being doggish and needs to hit it's going to hit its pinnacle early, it almost seems like the way bidirectional volatility will happen is true direction first, snap back up to the bottom of the triangle formation. November 1st, let's say that happens around, November. Let's say this is November 1st right there. Too many purple lines. Let's just call that roughly November 1st. And then maybe a little bit of a backfill for the first few days of November, and then it starts heading down. I think it could come in form. I think volatility expansion might come in this form. Correct direction, back to the middle, tiny fake out to the upside, and then down. So watch out for that. And because the reason I'm going over this is because I don't cover that idea a lot. I guess not even on my Discord, but not on YouTube. And it's going to be more visible on Ethereum. True direction, back to the middle, baby fake out, then down. Keep that in mind. I think that's one of the... that's definitely one of the top 3 scenarios of what's going to happen between now and the end of the first week of November. So this is November 1st. FOMC will move Ethereum and Bitcoin. It happens just after. And sometimes, the momentum of a move after FOMC in the wrong direction lasts the entire rest of that week until the next Monday. So let's put a point there. And then Monday doesn't open until here. So it's possible that this is when true direction happens again. So let me draw this out. True direction, back to the middle, November close, FOMC gets momentum, and then it loses the momentum, and then true down. Make sense? Watch out for this. All right. Now, if Ethereum does spill, there is an origin line down here, and it's ascending. So if Ethereum spills down, just realize it's not going to go straight to $1,000 or anything. You have a point where if it fell today and went straight down there, it would be about 1203. Let's say if it happens around the 22nd or 23rd, that's 1210. So just remember 1210, you could get a pretty serious bounce from there. Not a reversal, but a very serious bounce. Okay? I'm not enticing anybody to try to catch a knife there. But, in terms of profit taking for shorts and all that stuff, just keep that number in the back of your head. Because you're not going to find this origin line on anybody else's channel on YouTube or the whole internet, right? Okay, now, I'm not really going to do upside targets for Ethereum, but just realize the importance of Ethereum price on how it relates to Bitcoin, how it relates to bi-directional volatility, and where it could bounce. I think that's most of Ethereum price analysis. It's a little bit different today than I usually do, but it can allow you to front run Bitcoin pretty well. So keep an eye out on Ethereum. And also, if you're playing around with charts and you're trying to short, it's a lot easier to short Ethereum. Just a heads up, not financial advice, but we're finding that out in our Discord. And that's it for Ethereum.